Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be continuing our Rise of the Beast reviews with Deluxe Class Bumblebee and Core Class Arcee. So, these two, Bumblebee was released, no, I think both of these were released as the first wave of the Rise of the Beast Studio Series assortment. To my knowledge, I don't really remember, it's been a while since I've had these, but yeah. So yeah, here we have Bumblebee in his off-road Camaro form, which he had for like 5 seconds in the, end of the film, to my memory. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded if this was the regular Camaro without all the off-road bits, but still this mold. I think you can do that because the front bit here is just attached like this. So, like... And, well, this is pinned on, but, like, yeah. Also, comes off on camera. Again, this is bad color matching because yellow is an annoyingly hard color to, like, color match. I do feel like this could have used, like, a few more extra coats, maybe, to get it to work. But, yeah. And here we have Core Class Arcee, a very much traditional, like modern Arcee design of her turning into a motorcycle, this time in a like red color scheme instead of her regular like pink, and then also have this little claw set up here so that way in vehicle mode she can actually stand up, because if I just set her down right there, yeah, her gun is supposed to be a kickstand, but yeah. So let me just get this fixed. 1 second. Got it. So yeah. So for comparison, here she is. Here they are next to their other Autobot companion, that being Mirage. And here they are next to Nightbird. This being the mainline one, but this and the Studio Series one are pretty much the same length. So, as obvious, the motorcycle does not scale with the cars all that well. I think it should be probably a bit smaller, but it is what it is. Because if we bring in Noah, there he is. So we bring in Noah here. Like, he's meant to be human scale, even with the EXOSUIT. Like, yeah. Whoops. So yeah, let's get these out of the way. And we will get to transformation. Okay, to start off with... let's do Arcee first, since she is the smaller one and is easier. So start off with, remove the kickstand, which will become her gun in robot mode. 1 second. Got it. Just set it off to the side, and then we can continue. So to start off with, make sure to unclip the arms from each other here, and then you can bring them down, thus releasing the wheel here. Extend the legs, split them apart, bring the head up, and you can just rest it right here, honestly, like this. I feel like it's better proportioned, but you're meant to click it downwards, and then rotate it around, rotate the entire back section here up, rotate the wheel, bring that down, and bring down the hips, and bring up the wheels as the heels. And there we have Core Class Arcee in her robot mode. And yeah, honestly, it's a pretty good looking robot mode compared to what it was on the film, but I do see a lot more of the concept art in this than I do see the actual show model. But then again, considering how this is a core class, so they didn't have enough like real estate to put, some of the kibble away. Then also, for some reason, the wheel here comes as a separate accessory. I don't know why, but you can have her wielded as a weapon, I guess. But yeah, I just tend to keep it back here. And this is the place where her stand port is for some reason. But otherwise, you can just use a clip to hold her up. And also, for some reason, the red on this figure is extremely susceptible to paint chipping. I don't know why, but it just is. I wish they just casted these out of, like, red plastic, or at least, like, something like that, instead of using, like maybe this plastic. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, like, the face is, like, very nicely painted. And molded, surprisingly. And again, I'm just going to do that because I feel like her head is too sunken in there if I click it in. But yeah. So, you can't give her her gun. It goes over her hands. Just like so. In the film, she had 2 of them, but considering how small this is, you probably wouldn't have space to store the other one. But yeah. So, we'll go over articulation after we get through Bumblebee's transformation. So, to start off with, he has his gun stored back here that can just come off very easily. And also his knife down here as well. And do note, I painted this silver, so it'll just be the same yellow as the, like, plastic here when you get it out of the box. Honestly, I do recommend painting it because it looks so much better. Like, it's just all one bit of yellow. I don't understand why, but yeah, let's set those 2 off to the side, and then we can focus on this. Also, you can open up the doors if you, I don't know, had figures that you wanted to scale next to it. There's not much of an interior, surprisingly enough. But yeah, I'll open up the doors here and bring the arms up and fold the wheels to the sides here. Bring the arms up, untab the chest section, release the hood of the car from the chest, and then you can bring it all down and angle the pectorals like that. Fold in the first panel here, unfold this, and make sure it goes past the head crest because, okay, there we go. So, like that. That's how it's supposed to go. It's easier to show than to articulate. And fold all that in the back there. Bring the arms down. Then the legs. And untab them. Bring the feet down. Fold this to the side. Rotate it forward and then collapse this inwards. Do the same thing on the opposite side. And there you go. There you have the off-road Bumblebee in his robot mode. And honestly, I think this is probably one of the better Bumblebees that we've ever gotten out of any of the live-action films. Honestly. Then again, that might be rivaled by the new Camaro Bee that's coming out in STUIDO series, but, or not Camaro, a new VW live-action Bumblebee that is a remake of the, like, Bumblebee movie figure that was based off of concept art. But anyway, so here we have Off-Road Bee in his robot mode, and let's get him next to his, well, I say partner in crime, but also I had that upside down. Just realized that. So yeah, so there we go. Here he is next to Arcee, and here they are next to Mirage. So, honestly, the Autobot, like, the heroes of the Rotb films, are so far shaking up to be pretty good. Again, Noah is really underrated in my opinion. Like, he is so much fun. But yeah, so let's get these 2 out of the way. Here they are next to Nightbird from the same film. So, yeah. So, let's talk about articulation. We'll do Bumblebee first. Then we'll do Arcee. So for Bumblebee, his head is on a ball joint, can do a full 360. And also that face has some nice paint. Do note this is the first run version where apparently there was some paint mishap here or missing paint apps. I tried to replicate it the best I could. I'll probably fix this up after this review, or at least compare it to the more accurate one later. But yeah, so ball joint at the head, arms are on a ball joint. Can go out that far, can go all the way around. Well, you can't do it all the way back, but if you can, I mean, you can move the wings back here, but you can't move these except forward. So yeah, so arms can go out that far. There's a bicep rotation. Elbows can go to 90, nothing at the wrist. There is a waist rotation. It does bump into the roll cage and to the hood back here, which surprisingly, I say this is a better car former than Mirage, but Mirage is the only transforming version of that design that exists so far. But then again, third party hasn't revealed anything. So there's a thigh rotation and ball joint at the hip, with legs going forward that far, can go back that far, and can go out about that far. Again, thigh rotation. Knees can go to 90. There is an ankle joint, which is pretty good. Ankle rotation. And that's really it. Like nothing at the toes. But yeah, for a character that, spoilers, appeared only really in the first act and then came back in the final act, it's a surprisingly good toy. But yeah. So, also, before I forget, like, comment, and subscribe, all those fun doodads. Let's continue. So, for his accessories, he comes with the battle knife that you can plug into the arms here, which honestly looks good only on this arm. I wish it was the more pointy version, where it was like a double-bladed sword instead of this, like, combat knife sort of design, but it is what we got. And then we got this arm blaster that, if I can find the post, come on. Oh, it's not even supposed to go on this arm. The combat knife is meant to go on this arm for some reason, and then the blaster is meant to go over this one. I don't know why this one couldn't be like both arms, but again, this is why I wish it had the more double-edged sword look instead of the box cutter, essentially. So yeah. Also, the gun isn't blast effect compatible, unfortunately. But it is covered in a lot of this grayish paint. I wish they just casted it out one of the gray molds. I don't know why they didn't, but yeah. You can store them back here. You can store the knife right here, for knowledge, and the blaster, if I can get it off the hand. So there we go. Can store back here as well. Yeah, there we go. And plug in the knife on the other side. Yeah, it's kind of obvious weapon storage, but it kind of works, except for the knife for some reason. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, so let's move on to Arcee. So for Arcee's articulation, she has the hinge at the neck, so that looks very wrong, but if you leave it clicked in, you get just a ball joint at the head, full rotation. Actually, no, well, not full rotation if you click it in, but if you leave it unclicked, you get a full rotation, side to side, up, down, all those fun doodads. You get a hinge here and a ball joint, which means you can get the arms to go all the way up. And you get a full rotation here. Elbows are on a ball joint, so you can get a little bit over 90 with a full rotation. There is a waist rotation, but for some reason, well, I understand why, but like if you use the waist, it moves the entirety of the kibble back here, but you can remove it. Because it's just on this friction hinge, so that helps clean her up, especially. Hips are on ball joints, can go forward and back that far, and can go outwards that far. Just the knees going to 90, and you can adjust this to get a little bit more, and nothing at the ankles besides the wheels that you can flip around that you had briefly in the film if you untransform it, to have the wheel feet that she had, which is pretty nice. And hell, I got her balanced. That is rare. So yeah. So let's get this back on her. And then we'll get on to, then I'll pose them all up, and then I'll get to final thoughts. So, 1 second. Okay, there we go. So far, the Autobots from Rise of the Beast, or at least their toys, have been a bit of a mixed bag with good, fun, messy transformation, but honestly the only version of the transforming character that we're going to get. A honest-to-God fun core class that everyone, sleeps on, and an okay core class that has a bit of stability problems and, a lot of paint chipping for some reason. At least on the red, I don't know why. But is still fun, but is still based off of concept art. But yeah, so far, not all bad, a bit divisive, but unfortunately, our next review is going to be arguably the most divisive of them all. So, next review is going to be a versus review of both the Studio Series Wheeljack and the mainline Wheeljack. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will be happy to see what's will be coming next. And with that, this is me signing off. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.